And we're back with our panel, and in center seat, independent presidential candidate Evan McMullin. Okay.
I want to ask you about your background, which is obviously admirable that you worked in the agency overseas, but it creates a problem for voters because your entire career is secret. You can't talk about it. How are you going to overcome that, and what are we entitled to know about what you've been doing with your life all this time?
Well, actually, certain things are secret. Who exactly the names of people who, for example, decided to betray Al-Qaida in order to work with us. But there's actually a lot that can be understood. My role was not, what I did is actually a well-known role. I was a case officer, or otherwise known as an operations officer. My role was to go out and convince Al-Qaida operatives to work with us. My role was to go out and convince Al-Qaida operatives to work with us. My role was to go out and convince Al-Qaida operatives to work with us. My role was to go out and convince Al-Qaida operatives to work with us.
This is what we've reaped by voting Democrat, by electing people who desire to be so connected with Islamic extremists and use them as tools to promote their next agenda to get the next guy in power. We have reaped a whirlwind of destruction upon America.
As well as to convince people in officials in foreign governments to work on behalf of the U.S. government secretly. There's a lot that is known, and there's actually a lot that I can explain that isn't secret. But I would say this: the country has entrusted me with some of its most sensitive information and asked me to do some of its most difficult tasks.
No way.